Today I'm going to be giving you a tour of my modded 2DS. Now I figured I'd make this video because I've been modding my devices and making guides on them for quite some time, so I figured I'd show you what I got on mine. And as you can see, this is my new 2DS XL, black and blue, beautiful colors, but it is currently streaming to my PC, and that is how I'm recording it. That is the first Homebrew app showcase that I have, because that is using SnickerStream. I do have guides for all of everything I have on my device, so if you are interested in getting those, check out my videos. But anyways, let's get started with the tour. So the first thing, obviously, we have that beautiful Homebrew launcher. This is what holds all of the Homebrew apps, and honestly I don't use it too much because most of my Homebrew apps have CIA files. Now if you're new to modding, you probably don't know what that is, but it is basically, it gives you an app on the home screen, so you don't have to go into the Homebrew launcher and get to the apps. And beside that, it looks like another Homebrew launcher, but this is a folder with a custom badge on it that holds all of my Homebrew apps that I just don't really want to have on my main menu. So first off is the NTRCFW. This is the app that I use to connect to SnickerStream on my PC to stream it to my computer. This one is GYTB, and this is just how you get the custom badges. I currently don't have a guide for that yet, but it's coming. Over here is Wamiibo. It allows you to get any amiibo that you want. Very cool, because then you don't have to buy the expensive ones. They're pretty pricey now. An enemy, if you were wondering how I got this beautiful Naruto custom menu, an enemy is the way how. And originally I did have it set so I had like 7 themes picked out, and it would shuffle through every time I started my device, but it caused issues with the folder badges. They would randomly change, so I just keep it to the Naruto one. Best show ever. 2048, it's a Homebrew game. You can literally play it on your 2DS using Homebrew, but I thought it was pretty funny to have that. But those are the Homebrew apps that I kind of keep tucked away in that folder. Next up is the H-Shop. This one comes in clutch, especially since the eShop officially closed back in the springtime, I believe. But this one, well, I'm not going to go too much in depth to it, but it's a good one to have if you want to get some stuff, CTGP7 is a custom mod pack for Mario Kart 7, and it's really similar to CTGP Revolution, but it was created by Pablo MK7. This was really fun. You get to play online with your friends, all the custom tracks. It's super exciting. So that is definitely on my main screen. Over here is FBI, and that one allows you to install CIA files, which installs thing onto your main menu. As you can see here, I guess I can point to it. Very important app to have, and if you followed really any guide, it always starts you off with the FBI app. Down and to the left, system settings, and I got this OG apps folder, just stuff. I like to keep my my menu pretty clean, organized, so I have some, well, Twilight isn't an OG app, but I have the eShop and all of these things, just so and a Wii console badge that I did not know was in there. But those are just the things that come with the device that you can't delete, but I wanted to keep them kind of out of sight. Universal Updater, which allows you to download apps and games. Let me give you a quick tour of it. Beautiful Homebrew startup, and this one allows you to get emulators, Homebrew apps, everything just directly on your 3DS or 2DS in my case. You don't actually have to take your SD card out, you can just download it all. So you can set up Pretendo, you can get RetroArch, Twilight menu, all sorts of emulators. It's really cool, and I suggest you get it on your 3DS if you do not already have it. Beside that is the beautiful Twilight menu, which I just mentioned. This one allows you to play DS games. It's an emulator, and you can also patch it. Let me go back to my OG apps where I have the Twilight. This is the patcher where you can get widescreen for your DS games. It looks really cool. It doesn't work with every game, but most. So definitely suggest that. Again, I have guides on how to set these things up on my channel. To the right is Checkpoint, and this is just a save game manager. It allows you to add game saves that you can get online, or save your own game files. down here on the bottom level are my emulators, starting off with Daedalus 64. You guessed it, you can play Nintendo 64 games on your 2DS. And this doesn't have the best compatibility just because the power of the 2DS is not really good enough to play all the games. I think you can really only play like 5 or 6, but still really cool to have, and some of the games work pretty well, including Mario Kart, still worth having. Over to beside it is MGBA. This one, you guessed it, plays Game Boy games. These emulators allow you to have sort of a list of ROMs where you can select. Here, let me go inside and show you. Everything loads through the Homebrew launcher because, well, they're Homebrew apps. But as you can see, you can have literally as many games in here as you want, but you can just play them straight from here. And the next emulator is the NES emulator. The Nintendo Entertainment System was the first console I ever really played, so I have a couple of my favorites in there. And beside it is the SNES 9X emulator, obviously for Super Nintendo games. Again, especially these three right here, including PictoDrive, which allows you to play Sega games. They all have sort of the same user interface, so it's kind of nice. MGBA is slightly different, but it's also simple to use. Daedalus 64 is kind of its own thing, just because Nintendo 64 games are a little bit different than these other retro consoles. But moving to the next page, you'll see these beautiful badges. So I have my colored 2DS and 3DS and another 2DS badge, because this whole page is my favorite 3DS games. So starting off, I'll just give you a quick rundown of what I got. Mario Kart 7, I have New Super Mario Bros. 2 Gold Edition. I have a mod for New Super Mario Bros. Sunset Shores, it's pretty cool. I have Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. You know, I haven't really played this one too much, but I will eventually. Luigi's Mansion, a fan favorite. I have Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I have Star Fox 3D, Super Mario 3D Land, Minecraft. I have Donkey Kong Country Returns. This one is probably one of my favorites. I've played the Wii game. I beat it all with my fiance. We loved playing it, and we're on to Tropical Freeze now on the Wii U, and then we're gonna work our way to the Switch. Below that, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This one I haven't played yet, but I'm definitely gonna try it out when I get some free time. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, Mario Golf World Tour, and the NES remakes. While with Virtua NES over here, we don't really need that, but it's cool to have on there. I like my NES games. And as you can see, we moved over, and this is my virtual console section of my 2DS. So if we scroll over, we got a beautiful custom badge for a 2DS with Pikachu on there. But in this folder, I have my Nintendo DS games. So if we go in, we got Indiana Jones, Mario Kart DS, Super Mario 64, and Lego Star Wars. So these are my favorite ones. I definitely plan on getting more, but this is what I have for now. If you're interested in the custom badges, it's pretty cool. You just use that GYTB app, and then you go here, you can decorate with badges. And if you didn't know, you can put them on the folders. You just click on the top right here, and then you can attach a badge to the folder. So that's how you do it. For a while, I didn't know you could do it onto folders, but it's pretty cool. So I figured I'd mention that. So going back, I have my virtual console games. This is just retro games that I turned into CIA files. I have a full guide on how to turn any retro game into a CIA file so you can play it from your home menu. It's pretty streamlined and is the best thing to do for your favorite games, so you don't have to go into your emulators and then play it. But I have Galaga, Super Mario Bros. 3, Pokemon Emerald version, Super Mario Advance, Yoshi's Island, Donkey Kong, Super Mario Bros., Super Mario World, and that's it. And honestly, because they're virtual console games, these are really nice to play. Now unfortunately, I can't really show you how well they play because the Snicker stream, it will stop, it'll crash if I try to load a virtual console game. I believe it works for some, but not all of them, so just trust me, they do play really well. And you can configure controls and the screen, you can change everything. It's really customizable, so it's really worth it to have. But yeah, those are my virtual console games. Over here I have Sega games, and well, I don't play too many Sega games, so I have Sonic the Hedgehog and Earthworm Jim. Beside that, you can actually play PlayStation games on your 3DS, and mind you, emulation is always better on the new consoles because they're slightly more powerful. But as for PlayStation games, I have Crash Bandicoot. This one runs really well, and again, most of these emulators do have compatibility lists, and if you do watch the videos where I show you how to set it up and go into depth on it, you can see them there. You can see which games work. I have Demolition Racer. I played this on the original PlayStation when I was younger, very fun. And Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and a beautiful PlayStation badge to go with it. And over here you just get a better look at the custom menu. Let me know down in the comments if you have watched Naruto. It's a great show, I love it. So let me know what you think of my modded 2DS in the comments, and if you're interested in watching my tour of my modded Wii U, make sure to click this video up above and check that out. Thank you for watching, stay funky, and happy modding.